just look at you. Everything about you is great, and you're just the perfect person. And that's what we want for everybody in the world is to be like you. And so you get all puffed up, and you go, yes, I want that. How could you not want that for everybody else? And that's when the marching orders start. If you really believe that, yes, I do, and you want this to happen, yes, I do, then these are the things that we need to do, don't you think, to make that work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave your condescending compassion at the door. It's time for Carl and Mike.
Welcome to Carl and Mike. Another hearty episode.
Yeah, we're not counting them down anymore. We lost count. It's okay. It's good to lose
Actually,
count.
this is our 26th
Is it really?
full episode.
Full
not counting
episode?
not counting the 5Q5Ms or the threesomes or the big Qs.
So you're keeping track.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
Maybe it's kind of an OCD thing of me.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Do you count ceiling tiles?
No. Don't count anything else,
No.
really. Well, I've been tracking more things, actually, nowadays. It started with the bicycling.
Yeah.
Start tracking miles and days and, calories now. I'm trying to track calories.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah.
Are you using a particular app or
MyFitnessPal.
MyFitnessPal?
Yeah. It should be called My Big Brother Pal.
Yeah.
Because I got my trainer is also on there. So he checks my meals.
Oh, that's right. You get the trainer thing.
Yeah,
He's checking your meals.
he is.
Do you get verbally spanked if he sees something in there? Are you being real honest about it, or you kind of leave out the Dovies or the Snicker bar? Or,
I had thought about that. I will say sometimes I have on the
conveniently forget.
No, underestimate perhaps.
Oh, that's such a load of bullshit.
Yes, but I stopped doing that.
Huh?
Now I just don't post that day if I had a bad day.
Under F.
Tracking, knowing where you are, can help you get to where you want to go.
It can.
As an old wise man said, grasshopper.
Oh, okay. Grasshopper. I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah. Don't you think?
Yeah.
If you know where you are,
Yeah.
I don't know. What's been going on?
Oh, Carl.
Yes. What?
Oh, Carl.
What?
We watched
Uh-oh.
Going Clear last night.
You did.
That's some fucked up shit.
It is. Tell me about it.
I was sitting there, we were watching it. About halfway through, we put it on pause, take a
Right.
pee break,
Right.
get some water, whatever. I don't know what it was. And I'm just kind of going, trying to get my head around it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
It's so fucked up.
Oh yeah, I mean, he meaning El Rey, is that what they call him? They call him El Rey.
Wow,
That's his.
whatever the
Yeah.
Was
El
so-
Rey
was so
really
Whacked out.
Yeah, he was whacked out to begin with.
This is the part I don't get. My logical brain would say you'd have to be sharp in a dastardly way to get people, but to be whacked out and get people to follow you is pretty amazing.
Yeah,
But to build what he built,
Yeah. Now, I guess he was charismatic enough to get people to follow him.
I guess.
He didn't.
But man,
He
his
didn't seem
thoughts were
like a charismatic kind of a dude.
No.
But he had people following him and doing just weird shit, And I'm going, and then he turned it in. It kind of evolved into a religion.
Right,
You
because he didn't
know?
want to pay taxes.
Didn't want to pay taxes.
Sounds like just my favorite libertarian.
Yeah, don't want to pay taxes. So that's where how that evolved, and how he got away.
So much so that he lived on a boat in the Canary Islands.
Yeah, yeah.
To avoid paying taxes.
Yeah. Hence
Snuck
the-
into Florida.
Hence the Sea Org. Because, see, Perry's friend had talked about Sea Org, and I never really knew what it was. I didn't ask him too much,
Right.
because he grew up in it. He
Right.
grew up in that religion. And he is out of there. But his folks are still in. So he's talked about the disconnect.
Right.
And he's talked about disconnect with other members of his family and stuff who bowed out of it or never were part of it or whatever. And so a lot of that cleared a lot of that stuff up.
Yeah.
And
So what was?
but it's just bizarre. And then I was looking this morning. I wonder, okay, how many members are there? Well, of course, Scientology says there's somewhere between 8 and 10 million worldwide, but the actual numbers that they're talking about from somebody who actually was there, keeping
Right.
track of that stuff, says maybe 40,000.
Right.
And
Worldwide.
yeah, but I know they're tapping these people for money.
Well, yeah, 'cause
because
look what they
Perry's
built.
friends, folks, are spending tons of money, tons and tons of money, going to Sea Org, just giving them their cash, and going through those various steps where you get to find out about the beings or whatever the real
What a
story.
disappointment that's got to be. It sounds like it really was for some
Well,
of
it
these
was-
top guys. They
it
got
was-
to the top levels and
Yeah,
said,
well,
"Are you fucking kidding me?"
Well, Haggis was going. Was it
Right.
Paul Haggis?
Yes.
He was going, and he's a writer, right?
Right.
Okay, so he's
Famous filmmaker.
So he's sitting there. He's sitting there going. At some point, he goes, "Really? You get to that separate. Like, This is the best you got when you get up there, and because he's a writer, so he can
Yeah.
relate to
Yeah,
El
yeah.
Ray, or whatever.
El Ron.
Yeah. As a writer, and he's kind of going, at that point you're kind of going, feeling like a fool, but also kind of admire or be in awe of a guy that can actually pull that shit off.
Yeah.
And then he up and dies and leaves his body and goes on to the next, Q8 or 9 or 10 or whatever the fuck it is, and leaves that scary little dipshit
That
in
guy
charge
there.
of it.
How is that guy not in prison?
I have no idea. How is
That shows the way. One thing it showed was the power of being a religion. You
Yes.
really do have
and
license.
how you can scare people,
But
to,
no.
to get them to back off because you're.
I'm
a religion.
talking about the power of religion in terms of the government.
That's what I'm saying. You can
You-
get the government to back off because you say we're a religion. You got to back off. We can
Right.
do
we can
whatever
do whatever the fuck.
we can
We
do
can do whatever
we
the
want.
hell we want inside
Yeah.
this religion.
Yeah.
And hell, operative word here.
And oh, by the way, we're going to file a bunch of lawsuits. You were going to flood you
I
with
love that.
lawsuits, and
You have to.
just
That was a brilliant strategy.
Yeah.
He went after the IRS and won, basically.
it was a brilliant strategy.
I mean, brilliantly evil, but you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's going to flood them with so many lawsuits. It would take so much money. They just wanted him to go away.
Yeah, and if you
And he
if you're
pulled it
not,
off.
and if you're not going to be
It
paying
took-
$1 billion
look,
in
you have
taxes,
to say the
that's-
cojones on the guy to
oh,
say,
stout cojones.
because the IRS was going after him, right?
Yeah.
Pretty hardcore.
Yeah, well, they're going.
They
after
decided
him
to
and-
turn the tables and got away with it.
and they were going to probably go after a lot of the members who were given money as a donation, a tax-free donation.
Every
to their
member was going to
church.
sue the IRS.
Yeah, and so if they
Because you
had
can do that in a cult.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
everybody
You
on
can
board.
you tell everybody, okay, you will file a suit here. We're giving you the paperwork, telling you how to do it. Here's everybody.
Every
march
court,
down
every
on Monday,
jurisdiction.
just
And
go down there and
IRS didn't want certain things revealed that
Yeah.
could happen in a court,
Yeah.
too. There was that.
So, wow. I mean, I was just. Nita and I were both just stunned, and I wound up going to sleep, tossing, turning, finally get to sleep, and that shit's still in my mind all night long, thinking about it, and it just all those poor people. Think about, there's some of those people that donated 20, 30 years of their life.
That's the
best,
part.
The best years of their
Best
life.
years of
did
their
something.
lives.
And what was it, 6 cents to 40 cents an hour
Yeah,
at Sea
yeah.
Org and some of these other
Yeah.
places? So basically, not only were they not paying taxes,
That girl
it
was cleaning on
it
the
was
boat,
like
right.
beyond slave labor.
Yeah. Just to be around El
Yeah.
Rod, they worked on
Yeah.
the little boat.
Yeah, the one that was Cruz's girlfriend. She was
Yeah.
in Homeland. I don't know where she is now, what she's doing, what the deal is.
She's the one that
but-
escaped,
Yeah, well, she did escape. Okay, good.
literally.
Uh,
Took Siri with her.
And but wow, it just and I'm sitting there. The lady that was talking about how her daughter with her new grandchild had to tell her mom, "I've got to disconnect from you," and she was just choked up about it. And the bitch about it is she's the one that raised her kids in that religion, so it's a self-inflicted wound that's coming late, but it's a self-inflicted wound.
Yeah.
And I don't know if any of these people are going to get out of it. But I'm sitting there looking at that. They ain't no different from Jim Jones or David Koresh
No,
and
they
Waco.
really
It's,
aren't.
it's not any different at all than any of those
It's a
cults.
cult.
Yeah, and
Pure and simple.
yeah, and
But I mean,
why our government allows that to happen. I guess it's
because
just
they got that separation of church and state.
that separation
That's
of
a
church and
bigger
state. It's
separation
that-
than you realize.
and yeah, that freedom of religion, no matter how you define religion.
So
you
you
know?
just get yourself a little tax-free thing. I mean, talk
So-
about the abuse that's happened there.
So we could do this.
Carl Mike Q.
Carl and Mike Q. We could be tax free.
Wow.
Yeah. We could do a Kickstarter. Let's do a Kickstarter campaign for a new religion called Q, and all money that you're given is tax deductible because we are a religion, and this is what our beliefs and principles are. And send that money to Carl and Mike, and we can dress up. I wonder if we could even get on Kickstarter with that. Bet not.
Kickstarter religion? Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
And I agree. The saddest part was these people really the time the years that they lost of their life
Yeah.
to this turns
Yeah.
to be a crazy thing.
Yeah.
Is sad.
Little Tommy Cruise didn't come out looking good at all.
But if you notice, both Tom Cruise and Travolta
Yeah.
have done
Real-
weird stuff in public.
Yeah.
You know, Cruise with the jumping on the sofa thing.
Yeah.
And then what's his face? You know, has been weird a couple times now.
Yeah.
On stage at the Academy Awards.
Yeah.
They're cracking.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
both.
Yeah.
I think actually the higher up you go, the bigger the fall.
Well, and then you're up so far. You've gone
Yeah.
through so much of the what do they call it? With their holding the tin cans with the
Yeah.
electrodes on them, and they're sitting down writing intimate stuff about you. So they've got these dossiers on you. Dossier. That's an SAT word. I got to use that.
Wow.
Dossier.
There it is, the SAT word.
Dossier. Anyway.
And you're best friends with this evil fuck.
Yeah.
Muscovy. What's it,
Yeah.
Muscovy or whatever his name
Yeah.
is. That guy's really twisted little son
Yeah,
of a bitch.
but they seem to be real quiet during all this. I mean, how are you gonna?
I
Who are they
think-
gonna sue on this one? This is HBO. Who are they gonna sue?
Who did 112 lawyers, by the way.
What?
HBO.
Oh, 112 lawyers
Worked on this
deal.
movie.
Okay.
Preparing, because they knew the onslaught that they could take on with these guys, because that's what they do.
Well, and so bring it on, motherfucker.
That's what they basically said.
Yeah, bring it on.
And you've got these top lieutenants. You got,
Yeah.
it's the equivalent of Holloman and Eric.
Yeah.
You remember
Yeah.
Nixon's top guys?
Yeah.
Turning on them.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of this.
Yeah.
My question is, will Cruise still be bankable as a movie star after this?
Not as.
Yeah, I think it's
It
going to be
depends
hard
on
to really
it
hold
depends
that.
on how many people see this or
Because
talk,
everybody
and
in
talk
Hollywood's
about
going
it.
to see it.
Well, everybody in Hollywood.
Scientology is big in LA.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Got the big old building there.
Yeah, got the big old building, and it doesn't surprise me that it's Southern California and Southern Florida that this is big in. It ain't gonna fly in Des Moines. It ain't gonna work in Dallas. Although we've got our own problems with big religions. It's a religion, but it's got as its focus a figurehead.
Yes.
You know,
But a lot of
charismatic
religions
figure.
have focus on a figurehead.
Well, they do, and
Look what's happening in the. All right, I'm sure I'm going to get flack on this, but look what's happening in the Christian world. They're more and more insulating themselves, right?
Yes.
Christian music.
Yeah.
They want Christian movies. They want Christian. They want these mega churches. They got events Tuesday, Wednesday,
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday.
Right.
Okay. To me, they're moving down that road.
And if you want to be seen as a good soldier for the church, you're going to show up to these things. Yeah, that's the way
Yeah.
Watermark is.
That's Watermark, right?
Yeah.
That's this monstrosity out there in
Fellowship.
Carrollton.
Fellowship,
That looks
is
like
that
a
the
football
Fellowship?
stadium, for God's sake.
Yeah.
It's so big.
Yeah.
I mean, that needs money, number one, to be at that large, and that they're creating this constant insular
and-
community, especially as they think the secular world has gone to hell in a handbag, right? So the troops, the same thing's happening in the Republican Party. It's
Yeah.
the circling the wagons as the
Yeah.
wagons get smaller.
Why do they feel a need to circle the wagons?
Because
That's
they
the-
feel they're under attack
from who?
from the majority.
Aren't
Isn't
they-
it ironic?
Aren't they fueling their own attack? Aren't they?
They are.
They are the ones that are. They
Look
are
at
the
this
ones,
Indiana thing, right?
They're the ones that are defining the attack that's
Right.
against them. It's not an actual attack.
Right.
They are defining and saying that this is happening, whether it is or not. But that's enough to get.
It's kind
get-
of ironic to me. It's like a death spiral almost.
Yeah.
It's like when you're getting smaller, you should be
Yeah.
doing more to reach out, but they actually do the opposite.
Yeah.
And they tighten up and they get more and more conservative.
And
right?
the quills go out, and it
Right.
just yeah.
I think there's an element of that happening throughout. religious affiliation with religious organization is way down
Yeah.
across the board.
Yeah, and it's
Especially since the internet's
it's
come
the
on
thing.
board.
We're not saying we're against religion. We're against these freakish ones.
Right.
You know, it.
We're against the ones that disconnect from society
Yes,
into
and
their own
isolate.
circular.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, now why do they circle the wagons? They feel safer that way.
Yes.
When they circle the wagons, they feel safer, but they also feel secure behind some sort of a wall.
Yes.
Whatever that wall is. It could be an ideological wall, an actual wall, bricks and mortar
Right.
wall.
Right. Like Israel.
It could be a legal wall. It could be whatever.
Yes.
And I guess the legal wall is kind of what Scientology did to get the IRS off their back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's us versus the world.
Yeah, and everybody wants to feel like they're somehow elevated. First off, you got to elevate the troops. Say you're better than everybody else.
Yes.
And then everybody starts going, yeah, I'm better than everybody. One of the best quotes out of that thing was what Paul Haggis says. When you believe in something, you don't have to think.
Yes.
Something to that effect. You don't have to think or question. When you have a belief in something, you don't have to it eliminates the need to think and question. So you say, okay, you, Carl, are better than everybody else. Just look at you. Everything about you is great, and you're just the perfect person. And that's what we want for everybody in the world is to be like you. And so you get all puffed up, and you go, yes, I want that. How could you not want that for everybody else? And that's when the marching orders start. If you really believe that, yes, I do, and you want this to happen, yes, I do, then these are the things that we need to do, don't you think, to make that work?
Yeah.
Yeah. And those same kinds of thoughts that's what's pulling ISIS. You're
Sure.
better. You're better than everybody else.
And
What
everybody
we're
else needs
trying
to be
do-
wiped out.
Well, that's the marching orders. But first,
Right.
you got to get them believing. What's spooky is how easy it seems to be to turn enough people to do that. I mean, that's what Hitler did with Germany. He got enough people believing that they were the master
Superior
race,
master
they
race.
were the master race, and that they were being persecuted by the rest of Europe and everything for what happened in World War II, and we really want to, renew our superiority. And you are the smartest, aren't you? Yeah, remember? You that's the way we are. We really are better than everybody else. They do make good cars and cameras, and lenses and shit. But anyway, so
Yeah. It's not that far.
No,
That tree is from Scientology is not that far.
no, it's
And
that-
so it's a thing around tribal isolationism,
yeah,
right? You want to belong. Okay, here's the insidiousness part of it. Because human beings want to belong. They want to connect, right? And so they use that to get in, and then they disconnect from everything else, right? So they fulfill the need to connect, but in the end, the organization, the entity, is disconnecting,
yeah.
right?
Well, it has to
Disconnected.
be because you got to keep out the impurities.
Right.
You've created this thing. It gets back to the disease of
Certainty.
certainty,
Well, yeah, and it's a twisted
disease
thing.
of conceit too.
Yeah.
You want to keep
And this is the
you
disease
create the
of
wall, and you-
disconnection. What happens when you disconnect
Yeah.
from the greater
Yeah.
society?
yeah,
Right.
and you
look at this Indiana law. Isn't that about disconnection? I don't want to serve you because you're not
it's
in my
part of
belief.
keeping out the it's part of
Keeping
keeping
out the impurities.
keeping out the impurities,
Right.
keeping
It's
out
about
what they
disconnecting.
view as a disease.
Right.
Impurities, disease,
But ultimately, it's
whatever
an
word
act
you
of
want to use.
disconnection. To me, that which seeks to disconnect
Yeah,
creates dysfunction.
But they don't view it as disconnection.
Yeah, because they're connecting inside their little tribe.
Yes, they've got all the connection they want inside their little tribes. They're not. What they're disconnecting with is the horrors. What ISIS wants to disconnect with is
Well, ISIS doesn't want to see anything else.
It-
They
it-
can't even. I mean, in a sense, that's how fragile they are.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
can't even coexist with anything
Yeah,
else.
they-
They're all,
they don't want it.
It's got to be this way.
Yeah, it's modern life. I mean,
Yeah.
the blinders on those people are just intense. So you can take this idea that we're talking about, and you can go all the way, so far down the line that you got on these ideological blinders
Right.
that are keeping you narrowly focused, like they are, and to the point where you'll do literally, oh sure, you want me to strap this bomb on and walk into the market, and you're going to push the button and blow me up? Cool, I'm good with that. I get 72 virgins or whatever the fuck it is they tell them they're going to get. Or are we not going to kill your family?
I still don't know how you get over the hump of the natural instinct to
There's nothing for
self-preserve.
you at that point. There's nothing for you to go back to. You've left your world.
You've disconnected.
You've left
so
your
much.
world. You're inside the wagons. You're
Yeah.
inside that world. And it may be, and I don't know, it may be, but I'm sure there are. I mean, there's stories about this, that once you get inside that world, you become disillusioned with it because it's not what you thought. Whether it's because your buddies in camp are killing other Muslims and you think that's wrong, which it is, or that they're killing women or blowing up kids and you think that's wrong, and it is. Whatever it is, you become disillusioned. At that point, you can't go back to where you were. You've murdered a bunch of shit. You're looking at prison wherever you were. Sure, you want me to blow myself up? Sure. Tell me where to go. Give me the bomb. Let me go. I'm out of here. I can become a martyr, and other people are looking at you like there's something cool about you because you've decided to do this, and this is in their world is some sort of twisted bravery kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Whoa. I don't.
So what's the lesson here for all of us? What's the lesson of Scientology? What's the lesson?
The lesson?
Yeah.
At some point, you've got to take the crazies out early. I'm serious. You've got to take the crazies out early.
No, I'm saying what's the lesson in the.
Well,
me, the lesson
think
is-
for yourself. Question.
Yeah.
Think.
But I think also there's a lesson in the power of connecting with others, and not
Yeah.
disconnecting with others.
Yeah. Well, and talk and be empathetic and listen to other people's view about their life, the way they live, their family values, and respect that and recognize that is a difference that makes the world kind of good, unless it's something that's trying to eliminate. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's going down that road. It's interesting because society it's a weird dichotomy that's happening. We're, on one hand, there's this element of society we're connecting in ways that we've never connected before. I mean, we just did this Periscope thing, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of, Carl Mike attempted Periscope, but nobody showed up.
We will attempt
But
again.
Periscope, right? You can go and have a conversation live, video conversation with somebody that you don't even know in Stockholm, Sweden. Okay, so that's an example of being able to connect in a way never connected before. So we're having all these things happen through technology and stuff that
It's
allow
kind
us.
of a superficial connection.
Right, but it's a connection that could have even happened compared to what was before.
Right.
There was zero.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's the
Yeah.
beginning. So that allows me now to have a conversation down the road with somebody
Yeah.
from Sweden and learn how they think
Yeah.
and are, and learn about their culture or whatever, or walk down the street with them and see their restaurants or how it looks there. Got that going. You've got through social media connections. You can make a connection with anybody in the world. You can call anybody in the world for a few
How's
cents
ISIS
a penny.
going to use
Right,
Periscope?
but at the same time, so you got all that happening, and at the same time, you've got seemingly breaking into these small little tribes that are disconnected from the world. So my message is connection is the key. Look to things that allow you to connect
Yeah.
with other people,
But
not
connect-
disconnect from
Yeah,
other
but
people.
have yeah, and I guess what I'm going to say is have real connections, not
Yes.
superficial connections. The more I think about Match.com, the more I think how superficial it is. Yeah,
Right.
it's
all right, so
looking
people
at
listening, people-
looking to technology to solve a problem that was not really a problem. It's just they're thinking this is a better way to do it.
I think
Up in your odds, and I don't know that it really, based on my kids using that. I just don't see it happening.
I don't. There's lots of people now that get married that met online.
Yeah, but
so-
we don't know what that is. We don't know what those percentages are. We really don't. Versus how many people actually get online, how many people actually get married. We hear, and I hear the same thing. Well, a lot of people met online and gotten married, and they're fine. Okay, fine. I want to know what the odds are. It's kind of like,
What percentage of marriages
yeah,
start?
it's like the insurance.
I thought the percentage of marriages, I don't know the figures, but are much higher than you would think.
I don't know. It's like the life insurance actuary, that says, you got a certain percent chance you're going to get hit by lightning, and the salesman goes, "Oh, Carl, don't you really want to take care of Suzanne and make sure she's okay in case you die, because you could die tomorrow getting hit by a bus." Okay, well, fine, dude. What are my odds of that happening? And then I'll weigh how much I want to spend on that.
Right, but if 20% of marriages are happening from people going online, then that would be a fairly significant number.
If is the key word there, and
Yeah.
nobody's got actual numbers
I
on
don't know
that.
we need to find out what those actual numbers are.
I would like to know.
Let's go to Quora.
Let's go to Quora, yeah, and say what are the actual numbers, and find out. And I would like to know what that is. If
Yes.
there are people, I'm sure Facebook has got. Match has got some numbers they'd like to push out.
Well, assuming that they have a follow-up system in
Yeah.
place, what do you
Yeah.
do? You press. How do you know when someone leaves Match that they got married or they?
Well, I don't know.
You don't. I guess you just have to do a public survey, and then just like they do political.
It's just like
surveys.
what are some of those other sites that are hookup sites? How many people that actually connect with that actually
hook up.
have a sport fuck and then move on down the road? Yeah, what are your chances of that happening? But there's sites that do that shit too. And I don't know.
There is. What are the chances of anything?
Yeah. So, but yeah, that thing last night was just. What do you say after you watch that? You just said, "This has got to
Say
go
close
away."
that sucker down.
Yeah.
That's what you say. You say shut it down, not just tax exempt.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, you got a cult going on here.
what I'm hoping is enough people that'll see that there are going to be a bunch of members that blow.
The members aren't going to see it.
Well, that's true.
They're going to be warned not to see it.
They're
Or
gonna
they'll
warned.
be not. If they're at Sea Org, they're just going to be cleaning the floor still.
Yeah, yeah. But at some point, the membership is going to start to break up, and once it starts to break up, it'll go down real fast, and then you'll see that.
Well, I think
it
they
really
got
wasn't
to
as
take
big a
that
deal.
guy down. They got to take whatever his name is,
Who's
the leader
going to
down.
take him down?
The government.
Cruz?
Government's going to take him down.
You think? I
Yeah.
hope.
Crimes.
I hope.
There's some. He's been physically abusing. There's
Yeah.
seems like some shit going down.
Yeah, but is that okay to do that as a religion? That's our religion. That's what we
What,
do.
we intimidate other human beings.
That's what they do.
I
don't know.
think you can break that.
You can't.
I think
I
there's
hope.
enough there.
I hope.
Yeah, that's scary. Those where you videotape, the guys that did leave, and then they showed these guys following them and stuff and hanging around wearing
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
the glasses
Yeah.
and the suit. I mean, that was like right out of Central Casting.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's Southern California,
just really weird shit. So I mean, as a human being,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna follow this guy and harass him. That's your mission.
Yeah.
How does that even tie in?
I don't know.
Actually, what I found interesting about Scientology was the absence of religion, the absence of spirituality.
Yeah, Nita said last night she
Where
heard
was
the
the
word God
spirituality?
mentioned once. I don't
It's a
think there
sci-fi
was.
cult.
I don't,
That's what that is.
Yeah.
It's a sci-fi cult.
Yeah.
It's tops. And it plugs into the self-improvement.
Yeah.
Right? You clear. It's very measurable. You can keep going.
Yeah.
And of course, you're always going to have something to clear.
Is there anybody that doesn't want to improve themselves?
Right. And
Yeah.
look, there's this little meter here that says.
Yeah. So it's tangible proof that you're getting
Look,
better.
Yeah, it's like a little lie detector test.
And as you achieve different levels, we give you a certificate. So you got something
So you
to
got
show
that.
for your money.
It's like going to school, right?
Yeah.
You're used to that.
You graduate.
Wow. Yeah. I think there's, they didn't even go into, let's look at the little machine here.
Yeah.
Is this a truth-telling machine?
I like that machine. I'd like to have one. I
Would
wonder if
you?
we'll get to the point where you can get them at antique malls and stuff like that.
Little clear machine?
Yeah, little clear machine.
Well, how are you going to use it? Give it to
it's
Anita,
just-
have her
no,
little,
it's just
put the
something
hands on the cans?
that when people come over for dinner, we'll do.
Little
It's
party
kinda
game.
Like, yeah, it's like playing Ouija board or something
I like
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I wonder.
Ooh, maybe we should do that.
Could you make fake
I
ones?
bet you
Could
get those on
make-
eBay.
I wonder.
Little clear machines,
Oh,
Scientology clear
I
machines
bet their
with little
lawyers
can
are
cans.
after that. But is there any reason we couldn't make one? And you could use Campbell soup cans instead
Yes.
of, you know,
And just a little wire there.
some
and like a little
wires, some
thing.
alligator clips, a little dial. It goes back and forth. You're home free, man.
Ask it a question. Well, there's so much insidiousness, but the insidiousness of
Yeah, where do you
taking
start?
private people's confessions, basically, right? They're confessing their
Yes.
things that are unclear about them.
Yeah.
So every little thing they've ever done, every little bad thought they've ever had, and creating a dossier
Yeah.
file,
Yeah.
right? And then using that shit to blackmail them.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
especially Cruz and
exactly-
Travolta.
Yeah, that's
I'll bet
exactly
they, I
what
mean,
it is. Well, they have
they
to-
probably can't get out.
They
even
need
if they
people
wanted.
like that to be the face of it, and at some point, those guys have got to be going. I'm not the face of it. Nicole Kidman's got to be going. Whoa, I don't know how the shit I got out of here, but
She
I'm
has
sure
some-
glad
yeah.
I did. Now, does his kids stay?
Do they have kids?
Yeah, they had the two kids,
Oh,
the
yeah.
two adopted kids. I
I
don't wonder.
know.
Surely she's got
No, if she doesn't,
rights
she should
on
have them now.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, but that's what a cult is, you know. It's
there's going to be some interesting stuff that happens because of this. I think. I mean, it hadn't. How long's it been out? Just a week,
week,
or two?
yeah.
A week. I haven't heard much talk about it online. Online or on TV. Have you heard anybody talking about it yet? Has Bill Maher talked about it? Has Jon Stewart talked about it? Has anybody been talking about
no,
it?
it just came out Sunday. Stewart's not on this week, and Maher hasn't recorded till Friday.
Yeah.
So it still could happen. And you know, it's limited to people who have HBO. So it's not
Fox.
totally.
I would think Fox would be all over this thing.
Why? Fox is their own little cult.
Well, I know, but they don't want to be. They don't want competition.
Yeah. Fox. Now, what would be the Fox angle on it? Hollywood.
Yeah,
Under.
We told you.
Yeah.
This is what we've been talking about, folks. Hollywood.
Yeah.
This is what it's like out
Yeah.
there.
That's all what it's like.
See,
Lefty Hollywood.
and all that does is that just feeds their own
Cult.
machine cult.
You're better.
Yeah. See, this
Right.
is what's happening outside our wagon, our
Right.
circle here. We told you that's what it's like out there. Don't get out there. That's what's going on.
Right. Fox is definitely, to me, is cultish like.
Yeah.
You know, they will bend the truth to their viewpoint. They won't report stuff that doesn't match their thinking. I mean, you can say, you know, they always say, well, CNN or the liberal media, that's a conservative argument, the liberal media, right? Okay, but the liberal media was nowhere in the playground of Fox News, what Fox News is.
No.
Fox News is not a conservative media. Fox News is not reporting the news just from a conservative perspective.
Yeah.
They're manipulating. They're very cultish. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, they are. From all the blondes
Yeah.
to what they report and don't report, how they report it,
Yeah.
what they show.
Yeah.
You know, and that's, I mean, Stewart made a living these last 10 years just showing the hypocrisy of Fox
Yeah.
News. And the hypocrisy is that cultish mentality. Right? And it's preying on your mom and older, in general, older Americans.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
I don't even think the young conservatives watch that much Fox News.
No, that's why they came up with One America. That other news program. Have you watched that?
No,
yet?
what is One America?
It's right there when you're looking down the list of news shows. It's
Oh.
one. I think it's One America.
It's a new network.
Yeah, it's new, all news, but it's definitely geared towards the younger crowd.
Yeah.
Definitely geared. Everything about it. The
The
talking
conservative young
heads.
crowd?
Oh yeah, talking heads. Everything. It's, and I think it's owned by Fox. I think there's some sort of weird connection there. If not, anyway. But anyway, I don't know. I just see stuff like that.
I think
and
Vice
shake my
News,
head,
I've heard about Vice News.
Yeah.
You've seen the show
Have you
Vice?
Seen, yes, I've been.
They're going to
watching
come out
that.
with Vice News.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
That's Bill Maher.
Right. Well, he's one of the producers.
He's the producer. Yeah.
But I don't think he
that's
has
been
like
good.
editorial
That's
control
been
over
good.
it.
Perry was the one that told us about that, and we watched a couple of episodes, and I guess it's been on.
But I
for
think they're
it's-
coming out with a daily newscast.
Oh, that'd be good. And he said it's been on for a year or two, and I
Right.
said, well, good. I can get it, go back and get it and on archived and binge watch it. He goes, man, it's not something you want to
No,
binge
you
watch.
can't binge watch it.
because
It's
you would just
intense.
you'll be completely depressed.
Yeah.
You gotta do a little bit of a hit here and there, because it's all real. It's bad shit that's going on. So I need
Yeah.
some Game of Thrones.
You need Game of Thrones?
I need Game of Thrones.
Isn't it coming back on?
Yeah, it's coming back on. I think this weekend. So,
You're all caught up?
oh yeah.
I haven't really, yeah. I got to watch it. I've only done the first season.
Oh no, you have to. Now that's something you can and should binge watch.
Binge watch the
Oh,
game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. You're gonna.
I have the
and you got to
time.
do it from the beginning, huh?
It's a lot of time.
Fucking make the time, Carl.
There's people out there that would argue
That don't-
watch less TV, not more TV.
Well, they've got
You
their
wanna
own
do
little
it.
wagon that they're,
Though I do think we are in the
It says
golden age of television
intellectual elite.
that are saying that.
Yeah, that don't want you watching TV.
No, it's
The
it's the
TV.
people that
You
say,
gotta
hey,
watch
go
the
make
TV.
something with your life. Don't sit in front of the TV all
I
day.
am. I'm watching.
Don't be a spectator. Be in the game, Michael.
Huh?
Be in the game,
Well,
not watching the game.
yes. Well, I buy that. I buy that. I do.
Of course, then the argument will be out. Virtual reality is coming out. I'll be in the game.
Yeah. No. You will. Yeah. Or it'll seem like you're in the game.
Yeah.
No matter what the virtual reality is, whether it's flying a jet, some sort of porn thing, you're gonna feel like you're in the game, but you're actually not in the game. You're watching. No, it's not. You're not watching even game films. It's a simulated game that you're the star of. You're the star of the game. That's the thing about games. You can be the star of it.
You're the hero.
You're the hero. You
Right.
try to be the superhero of whatever it is that
Right,
you're
you try to get to
watching.
the different
The
levels.
game.
It's
Yes.
like Claire.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you do.
Right? You want to move
wanna-
up the levels.
Yeah.
That's all that Get Clear thing is.
You want to get off the island. You want to.
You want to get up there? You want to Super Mario Brother the levels?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You want to be
win the
able,
little
and then you
rewards,
want to be able to
little
tell
prizes?
your friends that you at the top
that-
level of Super Mario Brothers.
Isn't that corporate? Isn't
and
that
they
corporate
kind of
America?
cock their head and look at you and go, "Really?
Isn't that corporate America? You want to move up the levels, move up the ranks?
Yeah, yeah,
All right, get to the next
Yeah.
level and promotion.
yeah."
What kind of geared towards that? What is that?
That-
What
I
is
don't know.
that? That's the progress. It's the achievements. It's the
Consumption.
consumption.
That article I sent you. You haven't read that yet?
Not really.
It's about consumption, and it's about the way the whole concept of consumption was as people come off the farm
Yes.
where they're producing their own stuff, fixing their own things.
Right.
All of a sudden, they're not doing that. They have to be
Reliant.
consumers
Right.
of their food, the consumers of their, and so it's the changeover from being a producer to a consumer, and we're
But that
so
happened
far
100
down
years
that.
ago.
We're huh?
Yeah, that happened 100 years ago.
Well,
we went
not-
from agricultural to industrial society.
Not so. No, according to this article, it wasn't that long ago. It was actually in the early part of the 19th century. And that's so maybe 100 years ago. Probably not even that long ago.
Right.
Probably
we were more rural back then. Yeah.
Probably really after World War II.
Yeah.
They come home, you got to be a consumer of a house, consumer of cars, consumer of TVs, when all of a sudden the TVs were there. And now we've gotten to the point where we're just
So what
uber
is the answer of the article? Did they offer an answer, Michael? Is it all just sharing the problem?
well, it's shedding light on what they consider to be a condition. Some people say it's not a problem. Those
Right.
would be the people that are trying to sell you shit.
Yeah.
And other people would say, "Oh, it is a problem."
So what are they calling
Those are
for?
the people that
What are
can't
they
afford
saying?
it.
Don't consume.
Well,
Right.
I mean, do we need to consume as much as we do? I mean, we talked about the 80-20 thing. If we're only wearing 20% of the clothes that we have and the 80% just hanging in the closet, there's 80% of consumption there you really didn't need.
Yeah. Believe
Right.
me, there's a bunch of shit in my house I could get rid of.
Yeah. So
That I didn't need to buy in the first
so I would
place.
say that there probably is a problem with consumption. I think there is a problem with consumption. People buying meals out and coming to places like we're sitting in right now for breakfast instead of making it at home.
That's life.
No, it's life now. It didn't used to be life, but now it's become part of who we are and what we do, and it's basically eating up the rock, and the rock it's got a finite size to it.
Well, all right. So I think we have the ability to change materials nowadays.
Change materials.
Yeah.
Well, materials is, but we're changing from consuming this material to that material. We're changing from consuming. The i3 G3 i3 electric car for BMW. The body is not steel. It's plastic, so we're changing. Assuming that all cars went to plastic bodies, we're changing from steel consumption of steel to the consumption of plastic for those bodies. Still got to be shielded with something. Tesla's aluminum, so we're changing from steel to aluminum. We're just shifting from one to another. I'm not saying I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying the article was real thought provoking and made me start thinking about my own consumption and the way it was. You know, it's like my grandparents didn't consume like we are. They
Yeah.
lived on the farm. You know,
But we're not going to go back to an agricultural society. Too many people. I don't like articles
do
that
we-
have problems without a solution.
Well,
Give me a solution.
Okay, well, we, meaning us, the United States, is probably not going to go backwards. Do we want to encourage other countries that are still in that agricultural mode and being self-sufficient to follow our lead to where they're burning up and use as much oil as we are? Probably not. I'd say probably not. So I guess what I'm saying is that we may have fucked the pooch. We may have gone too far down the consumption path, and we need to back up.
I think we should consume experiences as opposed to things.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in experiences these days.
Well, that was that other article.
The only thing that gets me sometimes would be tech things, but
Yeah. Okay.
an app doesn't consume anything, really. That's a lot of what's happening. A lot of inventions are happening in apps and
Yeah,
stuff.
but you can use that same app on a 4S as opposed to a 6 Plus.
Yeah.
Because most people, I mean, what I use my phone, now I'm using this as an excuse for not upgrading, which I don't want to spend money on. But, you know, mostly what I do is I just call people on my phone.
Yeah. We see, you think the phone is a phone, but the phone isn't a phone. The phone is a computer.
Yeah.
That happens to have one of the functions of that computer
Yeah.
is the ability to make
Yeah.
calls.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a phone.
Yeah, I know.
It shouldn't be called the iPhone.
Yeah.
It should be called the iComputer.
Yeah.
It is, because that's what it is. So my suggestion to you is quit using it like a phone and use it for what it really is, which is a computer.
My eyesight's not that good. I guess that's why the phones are getting bigger, right?
That's right. Well, and you can change the text size, you know,
Oh, I know.
for those of you who struggle with.
Yeah.
That's your design
Well,
problem.
one
Too
of
much
my
design
friends-
stuff.
One of my friends had changed the text size to see how big he could get it on his phone.
Right.
One of the guys I met with this weekend. And it got locked in. And the point size on the type was, now I'm going to give it two sizes for y'all that know, probably 36 point or quarter
It
to
got up to
3/8.
36 point?
Yeah, it was huge. It was enormous, where you could not even
Really
see a
read it.
full word, really,
Oh.
unless you turn it sideways. And so, but it froze.
Yeah. Oh, what's going on? Oh, something, a little levity, a little lighter. That seems so heavy.
Levity?
Levity. We have levity?
We have levity. Do you watch Louis C.K.? Isn't that starting to come
The
back
show?
on? Yeah.
Louis?
Yeah.
I've seen episodes of it. I don't know if
Okay.
I've watched all
You
of
just
them.
really don't watch enough TV, do you?
No, I should watch more TV so we could talk more
Yeah,
about
you're
TV.
spending too much time listening to podcasts when you actually.
I'm only
should-
listening to podcasts at night when I go to bed.
That's
my new
where,
thing.
That's when we go to. That's where we do TV. You know, when you go to bed or right before you go
No,
to bed.
no,
you
I'm
just-
talking about in bed with the earphone.
No,
listening to
you're
podcasts.
supposed to sleep when you go to bed.
That gets me to go to sleep.
It does.
Yeah. It kind of quiets my mind because
Yeah.
I'm now focused on just the podcast.
Oh, okay.
All right? It seems to be working anyway.
Are you listening to them in the dark?
Yes.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah.
Sometimes I fall asleep before the podcast
With your
is
headphones
done.
on?
Yeah.
Huh. Brevity. Wow.
Baseball season's starting. Are you excited? I knew you'd be nowhere on that.
No.
This is the Cubs' year, let me tell you.
No.
No?
What season just quit? Is there another season that just quit? It's over now?
Football ended
Oh,
in
okay.
February.
Yeah.
The season's really never
Is
quit, Michael.
basketball
Basketball
still
goes
going?
all the way to June.
It's
Hockey goes to June.
Yeah.
Baseball goes to October, end of
No,
October.
I don't do.
It's a you never really are not in season anymore in sports.
Yeah.
It's the new drug.
We're consuming. We're consuming more sports.
It's a game. We're
Yeah.
watching a game.
It is a game.
You like games.
Yeah. Well, it's tribal.
Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, sports is tribal.
You know.
You got your
this
team.
This is my team. I don't like anybody else. This is just my boys. And this is it.
You're trying to take the joy from my sports side of it. You're trying to take
No,
the
I
joy
think-
away
no,
from
I
my
think
sports.
You should. But you got to watch TV to do it, right? Or do you listen to it on radio?
You can listen to it on radio. You can listen
On
to
the-
it while you're
you-
working.
you
I put
listen-
it on the little computer in
Put
the
it on
background.
the Victrola, and you got it going in the background.
Yeah, in the background, and I can always, I go, oh, blah, blah, blah. You hear the announcer
Yeah.
go, oh, blah, blah, and then you go, and you run over there, and you take a look, run back.
But you can't rewind it.
Well, I
radio.
can't because I have it on DVR.
Oh.
If I listen on the computer, you can rewind too. So yeah,
No, when you go back to the farm, you get the little Victrola there in the corner
We're
where
not
you
go-
hear the.
the only
you
way we
hear
go
the-
there is you get your economic collapse, nuclear destruction,
Ooh.
and you're back in 1850.
Sweet.
No, it's not going to be sweet.
It's not gonna be sweet.
I don't know. No,
Yeah.
we watch any hair fall out.
With me reading as much news as I have, I need to change my Flipboard mix to where I've got some humor in there.
You need more humor in your life.
I need more humor in my life. I've got
Yes.
way too much serious shit.
Yes.
I'm getting so much serious shit that I don't want to even see it anymore.
So there you go for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, and then Carl Michael be more brevity, more levity,
Levity.
hevity,
Hevity.
whatever the word is. Levity and brevity, not brevity, levity.
Levity. It could be brevity too.
It could be brevity and levity. I think we have
Are these more
Instagram.
SAT words, or not so much?
No, these are middle of the road words.
Middle of the word words.
Yeah. SAT words would be higher level.
What would be a good SAT word?
Dossier.
Huh?
Dossier
Dossier. Yeah.
would be a good one.
But that's a French. Does the French?
Yeah, we pick on those foreign words.
Oh, is that what a lot of SAT? So you do that so you can feel like so you can project the image of being a world traveler. Dossier.
That's projecting
do
having
that.
a vocabulary, Michael. It's a vocabulary. So you have more words to choose from to create thoughts.
I feel like I have a very limited vocabulary.
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you're more than you realize.
No, well, I don't know. That's apart from being in dummy English in high school and then following that up with dummy English.
Who
in
told you you were
college.
dummy? Why do you think you were dummy English?
Well, you just kind of look around with the rest of the people that are in the room and you go, yeah, these are not the people that are going to be valedictorian. And it's not, what do they call them?
Well, you're learning, being a designer, you're probably more visual. That's probably why you don't listen to podcasts that much. You're probably not an audio listener.
No, I'm really not.
Some people
I
are.
hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
That's an interesting.
People learn by different ways. Most people are
Now,
visual.
I really
actually.
wasn't. I have.
So you're
I've
part
never,
of the masses.
I've never been much of a reader either. I try and read
That's
books.
yeah,
I've got
that's a visual.
I have a stack of books
Yeah.
that people have given me or I've bought, and I'll start reading one and then I don't. Now
Are you
there's
dyslexic?
Huh?
Are you dyslexic?
No, but but there are some books that I've read that I pick them up and go. Now it's
Like
Tom Clancy books.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to read those things, and then
When
The
was the
guy-
last time you read a book of
Pillars
fiction?
of the
Yeah, I read that one.
Pillars of the World, where they're building the
At church?
yeah.
I read
church.
that book.
But that was a visual. I hadn't thought about this. That was a visual experience for me because I could envision
Building.
the way he was writing it, and with my ability to visualize stuff,
Right.
it was happening.
So you probably like writers that can create visual pictures in your mind.
Yeah, I don't want any kind of fussy ideological, thinking that I've got to read over and over again and still don't get it. Yeah.
Interesting. So really, it isn't about you being stupid. It's
I hadn't
about
thought about it.
the way
actually.
you process information.
Yeah, because the Clancy books were the same way. They
You've
were
seen
the
some
same
people
way.
process information the best through audio,
Yeah,
which would be our beloved podcast
or just
listeners.
straight reading, and and they don't visualize as they go. That's an interesting thing, and I guess the stuff that they read doesn't require visualization, but the stuff that I was reading and enjoyed requires visualization.
Correct.
Whoa, I never put that together.
And then there's enlightened beings like myself, Michael, who
Can do it all.
can learn from touch, sight, audio, smell,
Or-
multi-sensual beings.
Or just shutting your eyes
just-
and
just
sitting
a s-
cross-legged and humming. Yeah.
Oh, I just had a thought. See? Yes. We like to call ourselves the super beings. We belong to a church called the Church of Super Beings. We're special.
Of Cube. Yes.
The Cube.
We're super.
The
we are.
multi-sensuals.
Are we the only two
Multi-
super?
Yeah. Super
multi-sensual?
beings. Super beings.
Does that mean we're asexual?
Well, it could be the way things are going lately. But anyway. No, it means we are multi,
Or self-sexuals?
autosexuals. Yeah, all right. Yes, we're also sexual beings too.
Yeah.
We take in information from all channels,
Yes.
as the great God Gorf says.
Yeah. Yeah. All channels.
We all got a little L. Ron Hubbard in us,
we,
Michael.
we take in things from all channels, including the channel over there in the booth in the corner, the blonde. Would be?
She's a channel.
She would be a channel.
Yeah, she's high def, baby.
We digress.
We have totally digressed. So on that low note of brevity, we should probably close it up.
Yeah.
Because we're having too much fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will have more fun next time on Carl and Mike at
Yes.
carlmike.net. Carl and Mike, all social media. Do you have anything?
We're everywhere.
We're everywhere you
wanna
wanna be.
In fact,
coming
next season, we're going to have a NASCAR. See,
Yeah.
then we could have NASCAR babes that are wearing NASCAR. Yeah, I mean, Carl and Mike T-shirts and stuff.
I like that part of the idea.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say NASCAR probably isn't our bread and butter listener.
Yeah, it's probably.
I'm
not.
guessing. If you are a NASCAR fan, please let us know.
Yeah.
I don't want to mistake our fans.
But and if you have a car that you want us to put our
Carl and Mike logo.
logo on,
Why
that would be.
Yeah. We'll do that.
Oh,
We'll
that
send
would
you
be
the logo.
awesome. It can be as small as you
Why
want.
don't you put
We'll
one on
just
your
stick it on the
Subaru?
corner.
Subaru.
But my Subaru. I could do that.
Yeah. Well, we need some
need
bumper
some
stickers. We need some Carl and Mike bumper stickers.
You just start putting it everywhere.
Yeah.
And people go, "What the fuck is this?"
Exactly.
I saw one downtown.
Yeah.
Where's this coming from?
Who are those communists?
And then the cops come after us. All right.
All right. Peace.
Out.